So I just got the fastest runtime on solo Punisher. This is the run. At the start, I'm looking for the 35% power surge, which I get really early, and Punisher's upgrade, which is plus 90% bullet damage. I get a bunch of dupes, starting with 13 Punisher's upgrades and 8 power surges. After duping, I get some survivability. I get Smart Mag, which makes it so that for every headshot, you basically get some bullets back. Some headshot damage multiplier, which is really important to get, and fire rate increase, which is also really good to get. The first few zombie rounds are pretty standard. I just stand in the middle and try to headshot and kill as fast as possible all of the zombies, mainly focusing on the sprinters and the green plague zombies, as these pose the biggest threat to Punisher. Because of how much bullet damage I do to the start, I pretty much skip all of the lower percentage bullet damage cards that I see, as these just aren't really worth the damage increase due to how much I already have. You can also skip all of the magazine capacity upgrades you see, as if you get the 200% reload speed and you're maxed out on the red traits, you already have 1980 bullets. So it's just not worth getting anymore, really. For this buy round, I'm just trying to get more headshot damage multiplier, more big damage upgrades, more fire rate, a bit more survivability, so health and damage reduction. And you may have noticed as well that I don't have any of the lock-on cards until this round. And on this round, I basically only get either one of the legendaries or two of the purples, because if you have any more than 2 seconds, it slows down your wave clear. The lock-on really helps to clear squids, because it can basically guarantee headshots on them, which is where a lot of Punisher's damage comes from. And also dealing with just the normal zombies as well, because there's crawlers, all of the other normal zombies, and then the sentinels, the big zombies, and their headshot boxes are all at different elevations. So having just a small amount of lock-on and then spraying at the normal head height really helps just clear out the waves as fast as possible. Thanks to the 5 bullet spread when you're not locking on, and then every 30 headshots you'll lock onto the heads for a short amount of time, and this will usually lock onto the sentinels first. It just helps so much. With Punisher, you really need to be aware of your surroundings, because the sprinters can just come up behind you and kill you so easily. It helps a lot as well if you do what I'm doing here, where when there's sprinters and some other zombie types that are close enough to me, I'm just walking backwards away from them and shooting them.
success. Life must prevail over death.
I notice here with Chronovision that there's a bunch of the Plague Zombies coming out of the Avengers Tower. These and the Sprinter Zombies are the main two threats, so you'll want to focus them.
I fear this struggle may be as eternal as I. Life must prevail over death.
On this round again, there's a bunch of Sprinter Zombies, so I just walk backwards away from them while shooting them, and they're not much of an issue if you do this, but if they do manage to sneak up on you and you don't realize that they're there, then they can very easily kill you.
You fought well, but the war
Now for wave 10, I do get a lifesteal card. You don't need too many of these, as if you have enough damage, then you'll be healing a lot anyway. But getting at least one for round 10 does seem to be quite useful, and then probably another one for round 15 and one more for round 20. Although this might be overkill. It's pretty much necessary to get that 200% reload card that I just got, and some health and damage reduction for this point. In this round, you pretty much just focus Wanda and you get her down really quickly. Once she goes into her shield bubble, if you shoot the ground beneath her, I'm not doing it properly here because I'm too far away, but if you shoot the ground beneath her, it seems to do a lot more damage. When she's out of her bubble as well, if you shoot the ground and manage to get all 5 bullets reflecting off the ground and then into her head, it does a lot more damage than just shooting her head without bouncing them off the floor first. I don't really know why it does this, but it helps out a lot.
time to rest. More undead warriors will soon arrive. Do not make me regret choosing you for this mission.
Now these rounds start getting quite hectic because there's just a lot more zombies now. You just want to move in like big circles around the central area, trying to stay as far away from the sentinels and crawlers and explosive zombies as possible, and focusing the sprinters, plague and grenade zombies.
Impressive. But can you repeat your success? Fight harder. You are of no use to me then.
If you realise that you might be getting cut off or cornered, then it can be quite useful to try and get out of there as soon as possible, and you can use your smoke grenade, which pushes you back, to get out of those situations, or just to gain some space between you and some zombies which are a bit too close for comfort.
Impressive. But can you repeat your success?
Now wave 15 is the hardest wave for Punisher. I probably shouldn't have got more ammo capacity like I do here, and I'm not sure if getting more lock-on duration was the right play here either. Now gameplay wise, I think I mess up here as well, as I'm trying to focus the squids, as that's going to be the main thing that costs you time, is just getting them all to fall down to the ground. But I think the right play would have just been to focus Wanda and kill her as fast as possible, as, I mean, you'll see in a minute, but I die a total of 5 times just due to not killing Wanda. This death is where I realised that I just need to kill Wanda, and I'm dying way too much from her being alive. So that's what I start to do here. I shoot the ground beneath her, break the bubble straight away, and I do just get headshots here, but I could have just gone for the shooting the ground at her feet and bouncing the bullets off the floor strat. And now that Wanda and all of the zombies in the wave are dead, it's pretty much just a walk in the park, just shooting the squids whenever they spawn, and once no more drops, it's just shooting him. The gamma squids, I've realised as well, can like seemingly randomly just kill you from full health, so they're definitely worth focusing. Once some more drops here, I do try and do the shooting the ground strategy, but because I have too much lock on, it takes a while for that lock on to end before I can start doing it. And I actually mess it up here as well. You might have noticed that the bullets aren't going almost parallel, up to his head and they're going off in almost random directions. I'm shooting too close to his feet. I should have aimed a bit further down and tried to get those bullets going straight into his head after bouncing off of the ground. And now these next rounds up until round 20, you have to be really vigilant. You can really easily get swarmed, and specifically the sprinter zombies and the plague zombies can be a really big problem here. So you really need to focus them, and I don't actually do this here and I get cornered. And I do die because of it, although this is my last death in the run.
I fear this struggle may be as eternal as I. Do not make me regret choosing you for this mission. There is no time to rest. More undead warriors will soon arrive. Do not succumb to the chaos. I fear this struggle may be as eternal as I. Fight harder. You are of no use to me then.
Now for wave 20, I'm mainly looking for health, damage reduction, headshot damage, and purple damage here, as I need enough survivability, and the damage multipliers from the headshot damage and the purple damage cards give a lot of value at this point because of how much red damage I already have. I do still buy the legendary red damage cards, but this is pretty much the only red damage cards I buy at this point. Here, when I'm trying to shoot the ground below this Wanda who's in her bubble, you notice the health bar isn't going down very slowly, but as soon as the lock-on ends and it stops trying to shoot her head, it does a lot more damage. And now that both of the Wanders are dead, it's just cleaning up the rest of the zombies in the wave, and that's the run over. So it's at this point that I want to remind you guys that I do stream on Twitch, and I'm trying to stream every day, so I'd appreciate it if you guys could give me a follow over there. Link is in the description. I'd also appreciate it a ton if you enjoyed this video or found it useful, if you could leave a like, subscribe, or ask any questions you'd like to ask me in the comments. Thank you guys for watching.